All right, y'all, we are back out here at the $1 Million Pool. I got Alan Garcia Mata out here. He is the owner of GM Bros. Him and his family are doing all of our structural and architectural steel. Love working with these guys. What are we gonna be doing this week? I really wanna get going, man. We got huge beams out here. I know you guys wanna start.
Yeah.
What do you think we can get done this week?
So we're gonna start doing this demo, remove all these steel members because all those members are getting replaced for bigger ones and,
Yes.
and new ones. But we're gonna try put also some small columns on top of the
ones
new
you can
foundation.
carry?
Yeah, the ones are easy to carry and the ones are not too close to the edge. We don't wanna be too close to the edge, and that'll be most this week.
I thought these would come out a lot easier. That is a to get these out, right?
Yeah, almost when it's like all the wood around it and stuff. If we take one step down, don't gonna fall other one. So we're gonna make sure everything.
So you need to be careful of all, since we're keeping all these trusses in the existing framing, you don't want any of that to damage what's there.
Yes.
Thank you for being careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna get up some columns that we can, and then we'll get all this steel down. And then Friday comes, are we gonna be trying to set some beams, or are you gonna set the rest of the columns, or what?
Set beams and columns. Probably the taller beams, the ones on the addition. We're gonna set the ones are close to the end, and those are like almost 24 feet long.
Woo!
So that's why we need the
You're
next
not
week.
lifting those by hand.
Nah.
24
I know that
foot
close
long
to the end.
columns.
Yeah.
And these columns are so long because they have to go down from our bottom level all the way up to our highest level, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Exactly. So, guys, this is going to be episode 2 on the structural steel of as many episodes as we need to get in our biggest structural steel package ever. Alan's saying about 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months for all the details.
Yeah, so you're saying like you're adding a little extra time because you know it's going to be complication.
Yeah, probably gonna be some beans that we're gonna take whole day to set just one bean, you
Wow.
know, because it's like
Yeah.
tricky part.
Well, and what else is really tricky is, remember, we can't just go in and set these massive beams wherever we want. We have shop drawings, and then he actually has a drafter that does all of his drafting. So it's like our architect and his architect, they're working together along with our project managers checking all this stuff. So we have to like double, triple check. Like, this is really important because once the steel is set, it is very, very hard to move. Just like concrete. Like, you do not want to mess around with concrete. Now, something like wood framing, it's a little bit easier. There's more of a margin for error because you could just cut out the wood, put new wood. With steel, once you're getting these beams in there, they're really not going anywhere. So we have to make sure that it's all right.
Yeah, everything hides, everything. Have to make sure everything gonna work where we started, because if not, it's material plus a lot of labor. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. So like, you start off and you do all the work, like you do all the fabrication, you're hammering, you're screwing, you're bolting, you're welding, you're cutting. But then a lot of your job when you do these more complicated projects is like being a scientist. Like, you have to be behind a computer and you have to like take measurements and like all of this stuff. Like, how do you like the office work compared to doing the actual work? It's currently 1:51 and we're here in the office. When most people hit a lull, we're working hard. That is thanks to our sponsor, ENDS Energy Pouches. If you don't know already, each pouch is packed with 50 milligrams of caffeine and nootropics. No nicotine, no artificial sweeteners. If you want to work hard and be like us, head on over to nzepouches.com, put in promo code JGB, get your 15% off, and get ENDS'd up today.
I like more the action work, but yeah, yeah, because
course, right?
yeah, because when you are checking everything on the computer, you are like, okay, but you feel like the time goes slowly. Then on the job side, the time goes fast and everything.
Yeah, and it's like fun, and you
Yeah,
get
it's
to like
fun.
be outside working with your hands.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah,
But that's something that's really frustrating for me, is like earlier in my career, I was the only one on site. I didn't have project managers, and I was like talking with the guys and we were problem solving and I was building. And now a big part of my job is planning, is behind a computer, is coordinating. It's like there's all this nerdy stuff that's not as fun, but it's so vital to making the work go well. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'm agree, and it's more stressful honestly too. Yeah, like be on the computer and and you wanna be on the side too, but you are on the computer.
Yeah, right. It's frustrating, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
So the other thing I want to say, man, is you've come a long way since like the modern Victorian when we did that project together. You know, we've both grown a lot, and I really appreciate how professional you are. And I thank you so much. Like all of this crazy shop drawings and stuff, like, man, we're getting it done. And I love that we're growing together. So thank you, man, so much.
Thank you.
You know, I love working with you, brother.
Yeah, we love to work with Remy too.
Thank you. So this is actually kind of a funny situation. Usually our steel erectors are not taking down existing steel before they're about to put up steel. But because we have this existing steel frame to frame out all the existing windows that were on this side of the house, the guys need to get to work in taking it down. If you look, it's a set of multiple different columns and a couple big I-beams. So this isn't like a small thing that we can just sawzall out and push over and be done with it. First off, a lot of the interior of the jambs of the windows and different places are cladded in wood. And they have to take all of that off. I didn't want the framers of the demo crew to even touch this area. So I said, look, leave it for the welders. They're gonna work it out. They gotta get all the wood off of these frames, and then they're gonna get to work cutting out each one of these columns. So they cut this column just below the I-beam at the top, and then they put a strap on, and then they cut it at the bottom. The strap is grabbing the column, going over the I-beam. They're holding onto it so that they can slowly lower it down. Now what's funny is in demo, there isn't just like a science for all this stuff, right? I mean, this is small enough that we can kind of do this by hand with some straps, but it's not big enough for us to bring a big crane out, right? So it's just kind of like if there's a will, there's a way. So now it's kind of a rinse and repeat for the other columns. Now they're cutting the second one out. They cut it at the top, and then remember, they're gonna strap it up before they kind of hoist it down. But this column is kind of wedged in there, so the guys get another strap, and they are pulling from down below as the others are holding from up top, so it doesn't just fly down. Kind of a funny situation going on, but as you can see, they get it down pretty smoothly. Now the third column is going to come down with a hitch, but as you can tell, we're leaving two columns there so that this steel beam that's at the top doesn't just flop around willy-nilly. It's going to be supported, and then we're going to go back up there and then make cuts and get that steel beam down. All right, I want to show you how resourceful these guys are. We have a material lift that we're using a pallet on. So basically the material lift kind of acts like a forklift, but we do it by hand. And it has these arms, and then we have the pallet on there. They cut a slot into the pallet so that it can squeeze right into the nook of that column. Then they're gonna start cutting the columns underneath the beam and then lift the beam off the column. Then they can actually bring the beam down, and they're gonna transfer it right from the material lift directly to the forklift and get it on down to the ground. And then they can come back, and it's really easy to get out those last two columns. And now we officially have a clean slate to go ahead and run it up and finish the biggest structural steel project we've ever done before. As I said in earlier videos, we are going to have many, many deliveries, and here is another drop. As you can see, we got some big rectangle tube. These are 4x16s. They are quite huge. And again, these are spanning 30 plus feet. Get a load of all those other columns that we have. So now we're getting all of these. And again, we got to use the forklift. We got to reposition them, and we got to get it through this narrow gate. So it's just a process in itself. So working on this edge, we are up pretty high. What you can see right here is the guys are taking kind of a slot. It's basically a hollow rectangle tube, kind of just shy of the size of a 2x4, enough to to where you can get a 2x4 in, but it's not too snug. So what they're doing is they're welding that down to the base plate, and they're gonna take a 2x4 and they're gonna hammer it in. And then here you see, then they're gonna string the steel cable through these 2x4s, and that's what they can clip in when they're working this close to the edge. So now what you see these guys doing, this is an ugly paint color. It's almost rust colored itself. We do that to hide it from when it rusts, the clients can't see the rust. No, this is actually a primer. It is a high strength primer that A, is gonna protect the steel from rusting, but B, a lot of this steel, if any of it's exposed, it's gonna actually need to be painted. So the guys go ahead and they're gonna prime all of this stuff for us so that we can paint it later down the line. And if not, this is completely fine to have inside walls and stuff like that. This primer is gonna really help with corrosion. All right, now we have a big daddy column coming in. This is a 24-foot long column. You can see the guys, they are now tethered in. They have fall protection. This is great. This definitely gets my nerves a little bit more cool. I love when the guys are safe like this. But as you can tell, this is a long column. You can't just stand it up, and it's also really heavy. So we're using the forklift to kind of get it over there into position, lowering it down, kind of jimmying it into a position where we can get it down on that base plate, plumb it up, and then weld it down. So what's gonna happen with these columns is we're gonna be doing a series of columns around the perimeter of the structure. And then up top at the roof line, it is all steel. So basically the whole perimeter of damn near this whole house is steel because we have so much glass. This right here is in our lower level addition. If you've been following along for a long time, this was phase 2 of the $1 million pool, where we built out a game room and then a second master down below. So these columns need to be really tall because they go from this slab, which is basically the finished floor, the lowest level of the house, all the way up through to the top of the house. So that's why these are so tall. And as always, I appreciate y'all so much. You've been commenting a lot. I've been trying to get back to a lot of you. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you next week.